EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Armadillos of Tokyo. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go here in Tokyo. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
On the set. Panther 60, Seven Pirates, Seven Pirates.
Mayfield to throw on the first play. Well, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Monty Rice. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. Now, even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
First down carry for Henry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Tannehill. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, here's Spears. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
So that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right down Broadway. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. Turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Returning it is Moore. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves, but with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Take it right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. You talk about this Titan defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Drop 60, drop 60.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's a diving catch right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. To throw is Tannehill. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a 1st down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Henry. Now Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Let's go now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. I mean, 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're...
Tannehill intercepted again. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's
ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the intercept.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 45 yards.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll start with a give to Henry. There's a nice move. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Christian Fulton. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did 3 times. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him 32 on the play.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Henry again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. The field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They snap it to Tannehill. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
Here we go.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked 2. Instead, it's 4th down.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Oh, they're on it. Oh, that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Titans. 55 yards.
More to motion man right.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill.
He gets it to Burks again.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chigakonkwo.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans are able to widen their advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Come on, come on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, Mayfield. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the slant, Burks.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it with Henry on first down. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Tannehill. Forced out to his left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Ryan Tannehill as the first half is winding down.
And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out. Just decide to take a shot.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Buffalo 18. Mustang 19.
Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's go.
First down, Mayfield.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25. as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Off play action, Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Inside handoff, Henry. Running right through it. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Again, it's Henry.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Here you go. Right here.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here you go. Tiger.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. He's going to air one out.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. He'll buy some time right.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Let's go now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And my goodness, another interception. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. After the interception, here's Tannehill.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Tannehill.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Tannehill throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Tannehill.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Titans have got it on cruise control.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
18 Rattler.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Drop 60.
Mayfield on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Trip left.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Fighting his way through contact. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Now it's Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Chigga Conquo, a
beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Wolf on now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse.
And my goodness, another interception. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
There you go. Right here. Rock. Woody, hunt.
On the counter, it's Henry.
Down to about the 37. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Spears on second down.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On the option, here's Spears.
Fighting it off. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second down, Mayfield. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. This offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Mayfield now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll start on the ground with Spears.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The Spears with another carry.
And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. 3rd and 3. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Haskins.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action. Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. And here's a give to Spears.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Tannehill on third down. That is caught, pushing his way through. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to